one breath at a time. What?
Would you tell the Mexican goat story? Or the Guatemalan goat story? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
I love this story.
Well, the Seva Foundation mostly focuses on site restoration, but there's also a program that Seva does with Native American communities in public health and with diabetes prevention and teaching about it. And we had a program for a long time with people in Central America. And this was a program that I was inspired to start within Seva and supported to start within Seva, and I just had to figure out how to raise the money to make it work. And we came up a long time ago with the idea of, after a period of violence within Guatemala, when there were many, many hundreds of thousands of people killed, mostly men, and there were communities of widows, and they were what the women traditionally did. They needed help with what the men traditionally did, but they worked together with raising animals, and they already knew how to do that. So we came up with a plan that if we could get people to donate money for an animal, I know that other groups do this now, but this was a long time ago, and it was a bright idea to us. And then we could use that funds to provide to women who were head of family within Guatemala to raise an animal, to breed an animal, to give back the first child animal, mostly it was goats at the time, and that we could create a growing community of people who were more and more self-sufficient. And we worked like mad to do this. And we figured out how to, where to find the goats and who to train people to, use the milk and that they, make cheese. And it was a whole big deal. And then finally, it was my chance to go down to Guatemala with Seva people and to see a situation in a community where the goats had supposedly arrived a week previously. And I was just crazy with, joy and longing to see that this idea had happened. And we got there, and it was one of these things that we had to walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, and I thought, I'm never getting out of here. And we finally got to the place where the community was supposed to be, and the group of women were there, but there were no animals. And I thought, okay, something's gone wrong. It's okay, it didn't work. We did our best, we tried our hardest, all right. And we were there for about hours, and we, had some tea and shook everybody's hand and said we were sorry. And as the sun was setting, honest to God, I looked over, and there were hundreds of goats. They were, a week late, and they were being led by a bunch of children up this hill to arrive late at this community. And I don't know if that's the story you wanted me to tell.
Okay, I got one now. That was pretty good, though. Okay. On my 50th birthday party was at the Berkeley Community Theater for Seva, and I got everybody we printed up the program, Basic Human Needs. Was it Basic Human Needs? No, Harpo's Ladder. And everybody put bags over their heads and went and turned into living kazoos and all that stuff. And we sang Basic Human Needs with the Wavettes. And then she grabbed the microphone. She said, we just couldn't let you orchestrate your entire birthday. And they dragged out this old-time bathtub filled with chocolate pudding. And surrounding the bathtub were like 50 plumber's candles. And obviously everybody's singing happy birthday. I'm supposed to blow out 50 plumber's candles. And I bent to the task and just began to blow when from out of the bowels of the pudding came my then, I guess, 11, 12-year-old son with a frog mask and a snorkel. Blew my mind! And it was for Seva.
Then Jordan told me every
everybody ate Jordan's stew pudding backstage.
Bill Graham wouldn't eat any. He said, "What if he pissed in it?"
So thank you guys so much for all that you do and all that you've done. This is absolutely amazing. First question, were you guys ever afraid? Are you ever afraid? It seems like you're completely fearless. And the second question is, what about the fish? Tell me about that fish.
Okay. First question, are you ever afraid? Because it seems you're completely fearless. She wants to know what about that fish.
This is my stunt fish. This is Saul Bass. I have Kilgore trout at home, and all the artists over the years have signed it, and Kurt Vonnegut did his profile in it and stuff like that. But it's disgusting, filthy, and I can't wash it, or all the stuff would come out. I also have a whale named Moby Richard. But, and it's fun. People say, "Why do you do it?" And it makes people laugh. I walked it. Oh, you're Buddhist, right? I walked it around the stupa in Swayambhu. And people, is it real? Can I touch it? Can I? Afraid? Sure, I guess so. I took a smoking gun away from a guy once, and I was a little afraid, but I was the one that could do it, and so I just did it. And when you do something, it's like at Woodstock. I was busy telling people where they could feel better and things like that, and I was so busy doing it, I didn't have time to be afraid. That's fear is somewhere else. If you something, I don't know. It's a mystery. Yes.
Wavy, could you comment on the role of humor in dealing with the nuts of the Tea Party?
What is this? I'm sorry, what was your question, sir?
Could Wavy comment on use of humor and love and kindness in dealing with some of the craziness that's coming out of the Tea Party and the reactionaries?
Would you want to comment on the use of humor and kindness in relation to what's coming out of the Tea Party?
Like I say in the film, laughter is the valve on the pressure cooker of life. Either you laugh at stuff or you're going to end up with your brains or your beans on the ceiling.
Back there? Yes.
Besides the whole movie being really beautiful, it was amazing to see the look on the people in Afghanistan when you guys went through there, like, this big colorful flower. And so I was just wondering if anybody kept in touch with anybody in Afghanistan, or...
Question, she was saying the reaction of the people in Afghanistan, and asked if you had kept in touch with any of the people there.
In Afghanistan?
No. No, but some of the most magnificent, beautiful, wonderful people that I ever met in my life, I met in Kabul and in Jalalabad, where we induced a Russian guard of this fairground to let us have this boogie, this 3 days of peace and music. What did we call it? I forget, but there we were. And all the hippies came in from Kabul to play, and the Afghani musicians all got together and jammed. It was amazing.
I
Yes.
just see my sound guy, Michael Emery, one of my extraordinary sound people. Michael Emery.
Which reminds me to say that I think that Michelle and her the way that she has done this is you would be amazed at this woman. She has shown the most grace under fire and under pressure and under need and under want. The determination that she showed, the way that she handled all of us, the way that she handled me. The way that she was with us, the way that she forwarded what she was meaning to bring to you and to us through this film, and the way that she did it was the most amazing thing I ever witnessed. You cannot imagine. If I told you 1 million phone calls, I would probably be under the number. So I just want you to take home that if you decide you want to do something, you can do it, because I saw this amazing woman and her team embrace
A million phone calls and they all put me on hold.
But anyway, your hat should be off to her if you have a hat.
I was thinking when I came down here that public broadcasting was going to reject you, Wavy, but just like to say that if anybody deserves to be honored on that station, they've probably gotten more from you, from the way they run the thing, to the spirit of the thing, to the causes that they've had access to. And I mean, I don't feel like you're not getting any love from them, because they'll have you on there, they'll roast you with everybody under the sun, you know. God bless you. Thanks so much. Huh?
God bless us, everyone. A goose, separately.
Yes.
Is there any chance of a DVD coming out?
Questions about DVD.
Yes, there will definitely be a DVD. Yes. Yes, definitely, most definitely. I don't know, a few months down the road. We do have to pay off these rights in order to do that. So, yeah. We have a website, stmisbehavin.com, if anybody feels inclined to go there and check it out, look at the click the contribution button. That'd be great.
Way back in the corner there.
Wavy, did you ever think that you would have such a huge impact on everything that was going on when you were riding around the buses or going to the Middle East or anything like that?
Not a chance. If I didn't get it in Woodstock, I'm certainly not going to get it anywhere else.